it's good, man. Just moving back to London next week. So
How are you?
just spending everything that I earn on house shit.
All right. No more gym equipment then.
No, that's it. So we're good for now. How's life with you?
Yeah, good man. Busy. I've never been busier, to be honest.
Mm.
Just trying to pump out as much content as I can. I'm full time now with the business, so
Nice.
it's nice having all that extra time now, to be honest. And
Yeah.
just breaking the ice as well. If you see me sipping on this, it's a cheeky Hagrid mug. I
No,
don't
it's good.
like start laughing in the middle of this while I sip on it.
That's decent. What we covering? What was the topic again?
Routine, I think it was.
Cool.
Yeah, so the importance of routine. So yes, I'm just trying to get people on here. So like we did with the lives quite a while ago, I wish I'd have got them recorded before. So
Yeah.
you can obviously share them and keep them as well. So yeah, it's just a similar sort of scenario where I'm looking to bring trainers on and just have a chat with them and get their point of view on a certain topic. And yeah, I mean, routine's a massive one for you at the moment, obviously with your photo shoot. Are you stepping on stage as well?
Next year again. I'm not going to bother this year. No.
Okay, cool. So just for the shoot then.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it, man. Like at the end of the day, I think routine. It's the initial part of getting into routine is hard.
Yeah.
Because you have to have that self-discipline to start in a sense. You have to have the reason to want to change, so that why has to be there.
Yeah.
And it is all about, there's no magic formula to it. Keeping a routine very simple, probably like yourself. It's like, just wake up in the morning, have a coffee, morning supplements, go for a walk. That's it. It doesn't need to be absolutely rocket science. You don't have to do any meditation or have a cold shower, be in there for like 1 minute, 31 seconds sort of thing. Like it's just about doing things that are going to fit into your life.
Yeah.
And especially now that everything's starting to come a little bit more back to normal. So it's like, right, cool, plan a Friday night out sort of thing, or a couple of beers, whatever it is, fit that into your lifestyle.
That's it. I think a lot of people overthink it, like you said there, with like a cold shower. I mean, I tried that once and I was like, no, not for me. I could see the benefits, but there's no way I'm incorporating that into my routine. But like, as simple as like just making your bed in the morning and having that as part of your routine. Just like when you brush your teeth in the morning, like you do it without thinking because you've done it for so long. I mean, what are your sort of routine at the moment, in the morning, in the evening, in regards to your prep at the moment? What's that look like?
Mate, the routine never changes really. I think I prefer my routine now. So it's kind of like, I'm very much like, I just wake up, and go for a walk straight away, just because I have steps to get in, and I'm a morning person. Like if I can get up at like 5 a.m. every day and crack on, but then stop work and stop things by 5, I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
So literally just wake up in the morning. I just tick off 10,000 steps straight away. So it normally takes me about, I don't know, like an hour and a half maybe. But obviously when gym's open, that'll probably just walk to the gym, do cardio sort of thing. So that routine will never change. Come home, coffee, morning supplements, water, things like that.
Yeah.
And then obviously depending for me, if it's, I have to do abs every other day. So then it's just that I might just do that in the morning when I come home. If I don't have to, I don't do it. And then normally you just, same as you have a to-do list. And then I would just crack on in the morning, do the to-do list. That's it. So realistically, it's just steps, water, coffee. And
people hate it though, don't they? They make it this big, massive chore that they have to do at the start. And I understand that at the start. But what would you say to someone they don't really have a routine at the moment? So let's say someone's, they work like a different shift pattern. So they don't have like a set routine per day. What would you say to either a client or someone who's in that position, who's looking to create those good habits?
Shift-wise is a little bit trickier. But most of the time, your shift for the following week, right? It's not like it just gets sprung upon you. So potentially, say you have a Sunday off, like most of us do. So that Sunday, plan your week. So if you're doing like earlies for 3 days a week, plan a routine based on that. Keep it real simple. It might just be, right, just wake up in the morning, shower, coffee, get ready to go to work sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then maybe just have a bit of an evening routine where you can actually, right, let's get some chores done so I can unwind a little bit.
Yeah.
I would just say it's just organization.
Yeah.
I think that's the that's the main thing. It's just preparing for the week ahead. And actually, I think I'm not, do you know what? I don't procrastinate much. I'm definitely not a procrastinator. So I think with lots of people, they procrastinate. Just the night before, man, like 5 things to do. I think always get like clients to do like 3 things that are like going to like help them in the day and progress forward in life in a sense. So that could be the workout, that could be meet your protein intake, that could be water intake. And then like 2 to 3 things of just daily shit to do. Yeah. So like, I need to do my washing. I need to do boom, boom, boom. And if you can kind of do 5 things like that every day, we all know those small steps will equal that big outcome.
100%. It ties in with organization as well. I mean, the people that I speak to who don't really have a routine, they have those bad habits, it kind of boils down to a bit of laziness as well. Because I know on a Sunday evening, I'll spend 5-10 minutes just on my Google Calendar, and I'll fill in between my tasks of different jobs to do, and literally make my day as productive as possible. And I'm in that habit every single week. And it literally takes 5 to 10 minutes to keep me as productive and as efficient as possible. So it does tie in with quite a lot of laziness and just being stuck in their ways. But what would you say to someone that's had those bad habits for quite a long time and they're surrounded by people who don't have a routine? How would you break away from that to start and create good habits?
I think it all digs down to is how badly do you want to change sometimes. I know it's so cliche, but it is. It's like, if you're not happy, I think maybe for you, the greatest thing I've learned in lockdown is actually I'm responsible for everything that goes on in my life, everything. Yeah. So as soon as you can do that, it doesn't matter who's around you. You might have to push them aside. It could be family. It'd be like, I've noticed that my mum's a bit of a procrastinator. So actually I need to be like, when you go to work, I kind of do my thing. Yeah. So initially, if it's people around you, I would look at trying to keep them close. If they're family relationships, keep them close, but learn to kind of hand distance sometimes when you need to. But if you've had bad habits, keep it really simple. Just think about changing or adding in one little thing. So if you want to get more productive in the morning, just think, right, I'm just going to make sure I drink a pint of water every time for a week straight. Yeah. That's it. Just do that for 1 week. And then maybe the next week you might implement something else. Yeah. That's it. But nothing rocket science. I think if you've had bad habits for years, that's good. You've had a habit in a sense. You've produced a habit. Yeah. So you know how to actually, right, it might have happened by accident, but now we just implement a new, healthier habit. That's
it. Yeah, exactly right. I spoke to Stephen Chidgey yesterday. We did a recorded Zoom yesterday. Or was it the day before? Might have been the day before. And we were talking about it in regards to prepping for like a shoot, going from like a beginner when you start to lose weight to actually transitioning into a shoot. And it is that fact that you have to implement things very, very slowly. You can't just go from having all these bad habits to having all these good habits. Well, you can't really call habits good or bad, but completely changing your habits like that, it just doesn't happen. So yeah, you spot on with what you just said then.
I think I don't read. I just listen to audiobooks because I'm the worst reader in the world. So I think I listened to one, and I've heard that it was 30 days to build a habit, and it turns out that's absolute naff, and it's longer. Yeah. And I think someone said like loads of studies came out that it was like 66 days to build a habit. So I'm like, realistically, that's what's 66 days? That's 2 months?
2 months.
Yeah. I'm like, you have to be consistent with something for 2 months. And the biggest thing that I found in like lockdown is that people are mixing up exercises, trying different things. And I'm like, this is applying exactly the same to a training routine. You need to stick to a training routine for a minimum. For me, I get people to stick to something for 12 weeks. Yes, adjust things as you go. If like that hurts, this doesn't feel right, change it. But it's exactly the same. You got to just 2 months. But then when you take a step back, 2 months out of your life to change the way you're going to be for the next 60 years.
Nothing.
It's not that bad.
I heard 21 days. I used to hear 21 days, Chris.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Yeah, I've done 21 days. I think I did 21 days of cold showers.
Yeah.
I think I didn't stick to it.
Screw that. I've tried it once and I was like, no, I'm not doing this again. I would do it if I'm in like the Bahamas or something like that, then 100% I'd have a cold shower. But when it's raining outside now and you want me to jump in a cold shower at 5 a.m, no thanks.
Literally 5 seconds as well. It was nothing.
That's
But
it.
without routine, I mean, let's use your prep at the moment as an example. If you didn't have a routine, would that make your prep harder or easier?
Oh, harder. Yeah, 100%. You wouldn't achieve anything, I don't think. Without having that structure and the routine behind you, I'm not going to say you're not going to get anywhere, but I would get quite anxious.
Yeah.
And I just feel like something I need to progress every day, and those are the things that are going to get you to progress.
Yeah.
So 100% it'd be harder. Potentially, you'd look worse, I think. And it's even past the prep. Sometimes it's just like, this is life. Like, this is only a short-term thing, but then I want to make sure these habits stay with me for forever. And it's like, I actually want to start doing cardio more in the off seasons. So I actually wake up, maybe it probably might be less. It might be 3 times a week, but just go down, do some cardio, something like that.
Yeah.
I just don't think but everyone has a routine of some sort. Like you say, regardless of good or bad, you go to work, you're in the office 9 till 5, you sit at the same drink, you go to the same, you have those basic daily habits of where you're like, no, I prefer this teaspoon in this mug, and things like that. So all it is it's just fine tuning things.
Yeah, that's it. It compounds as well. I mean, especially with your prep and anything that you do, it might seem really, really small at first. If you're doing that day in, day out, and you're ticking those daily boxes, and if you tick 100 boxes in a row, you're making a massive change, especially to your physique. Let's use that as an example. If you're doing your cardio every day, you're doing your steps, you're eating the meals you should be, you're doing your training, it seems really small just on one day, but compounded over like 100 days in a row, you're making a massive difference. And that's where having those habits in place like really does make a big change to what you're looking to achieve.
Yeah, massive. I say that to clients all the time. I'm like, just as long as you're stepping forward every day, like if you take 30 steps forward and you get knocked back, like you get hit hard, like 25 steps, I'm like, you're still 5 steps ahead.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way to kind of just live life even. Like, I think the biggest thing you see in lockdown is actually finances, and everyone can relate to this. Lots of people are struggling, which is fine, but it's shown people that have lived paycheck to paycheck have suffered more. People that have saved away maybe 50 quid a week for the last year have actually been like, I'm secure, I'm safer, I'm happier because I don't have to worry and things like that. So you can relate this to anything. Everyone can relate to money, and everyone can relate, right, a loaf of bread is £2, maybe not £2, it's quite expensive, but yeah, that's it. You can relate this to anything. And this is exactly the same process of achieving anything in life.
That's it. And I think lockdown has, I mean, for me, I think it has for you as well. It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing, really. A lot of time for like self-reflection and really progressing in business and yourself, your personality. I mean, I wasn't jumping on calls like this before lockdown. I wasn't pumping out content after lockdown because I was scared of being in front of the camera. So it has been quite nice to obviously take a step back and look at your life at the moment and see how you can progress going forward. I don't know about yourself.
Yeah, that's it. And I think that's the way you can either do you know what the most amazing thing about lockdown is that everybody in the planet is in the same situation, regardless of a couple of countries, whatever.
Yeah.
But everyone in the planet is going through exactly the same motions of feeling lonely, lost, just self-doubt, everything. And you felt it like it. I felt like it throughout this lockdown, 100%. But it is, I don't even know where I'm going with this now, but it is just like, it is this time to actually like use this free time so well. Oh, yeah. Like, it's so many little things that I would never have thought about, changing color schemes on things, or just doing all these little things to like fine tune a final product sort of thing at the end of it. And like you say, just, I think lockdown's changed my life 100%. I'm not going back to the same gym environment. I'm moving house, like everything. Yeah. It's crazy what's happened and this has only been 12 to 14 weeks, something like that. And then again, that's that 3 months, that's that 2 months of building habit, building routines. Yeah. Boom. And you can change your life around in that short space of time.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, my business was really, really small before lockdown. And now I'm at a point where I'm full time just because of lockdown and having that self-reflection, utilising my time as much as possible. So yeah, it's been a massive, massive blessing, massive blessing.
And that's the thing, isn't it? It's for you even, it's just like, you never got that time to do it. So it's like, because you were working another job, right?
Was, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And it's like, actually, and then I guess do you get put on furlough or?
I was still working, but obviously because I wasn't in the club, I wasn't selling memberships, which was a massive portion of the job. So that time kind of freed up a lot.
Yeah, that's it. So like those extras, I don't know, even if you got 4 hours a day extra given to you Monday to Friday, that's a lot of hours added up that you can, like you say, well, I'm done with that job now. That's it.
That's it. I've enjoyed. I mean, a lot of people have been negative, but I guess it's all down to that choice that you have in your head, whether you're going to be negative or positive about the situation. And if you're always choosing to be positive, you're always going to get the best out of it anyway. I know that's getting quite deep now, but
it is. But it's the basics of life, isn't it? Like you can look at I can look at any situation and think it's shit, but there's no point. It's not going to help. Like, yeah, maybe cry for a minute. Yeah, this sucks. Like, cool, gyms are opening on the 4th to the 6th. We all cried for a little bit. But then we're like, well, realistically, we've just done 12 weeks. So what's another 4? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And this comes down, even like training. Like, I think that was the biggest thing that I've been proud at in lockdown is just to be able to actually just to buy equipment. Just to buy some gear and continue to train. And then do you know what? I got so lucky, to be fair, with some of it. Like, because more than half of it wasn't mine to start off with.
Oh, okay.
So one of the guy's wife who keeps their horse at my mum's yard, he turned out to be like an over 35 Olympic lifter.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, like legit. Like he had his own studio, everything. So he was like, and then obviously we had rubber flooring for the horses anyway and things like that.
Yeah.
So he was just like, cool, I've got a squat rack. He had like 230 kilos worth of plates, some boxes. And I was like, so all I got was a bench, some dumbbells. And then the only reason I bought more plates was because obviously I'm moving back to London. So, and then going in an apartment. So I was just like, as long as I can get a little bit for the next maybe 3-4 weeks, that's fine.
That's it. I want to see those videos where you bicep curling on the back of a horse.
We'll try it one day. We'll just go. I'll keep it really light just in case the horse flips out.
But going back to habits as well, I mean, you're someone that I follow on social media quite a lot. You're always consistent with your stories. I mean, when you go out for your morning walk and doing your little talk in the morning, when you're actually training, going through your sets, and that to you is like a massive habit. And you probably don't realize that. Well, you might do, I don't know, but that does help people out a lot as well. I mean, when I've had lower days and then I see you out for your morning walk and I see you training, I'm like, oh, Brandon's fucking on it. I need to pull my finger out a little bit today.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that's it.
Those little things do make a big difference sometimes.
Yeah, that's it. I think for me, it feels quite normal now. I think it's the same as anything. Most are lives of social media now and everything like that. Like I haven't looked at a newspaper in a long time. So to keep up with people, and all my friends are online. So actually I watch their stories and it's just a nice way to kind of, I don't know. I think it's just a great little tool, social media. And it does just show, at the end of the day, we use it for business as well, which is cool. But it is just showing people your life. And this is my life. It's nothing special. I just go for a walk. I'm just a morning person. Yeah. But when it gets to 6 p.m. and people are still working, then I'm like, oh, maybe I should be working. But I'm like, nah, I'm not an evening dude. So, but that's it. At the end of the day, if things can help anyone out, that's the main thing. And I even said to someone the other day, he was like, oh, I've actually lost a stone, blah, 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 just because I've been doing that step thing you've been doing in the morning. And I'm like, sick. Just increasing your steps.
That's it. I mean, if you're putting those stories out and you're helping one person, it's worth doing. It's worth doing in my eyes.
100%. And also, it's just I think as well, some people get in the same habit as you as well, which is a weird one.
Yeah.
So people start okay, they're doing a morning walk. Maybe I should do a morning walk sort of thing. And it's even same for even though it's because your content's really consistent as well. And it's okay, cool. So he's potentially putting boom, 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 alternating days. maybe I should think about doing something like that and just building that habit. It could be, and it doesn't have to be fully related to that either.
Yeah.
It could just be, right, maybe I'm just gonna, he always has a coffee at 8 a.m. So maybe he's fit. Maybe this is a thing.
Yeah.
But then that might build a habit for someone.
That's it. It's like I put a poll up yesterday because I've started doing blogs now. I've started doing blogs with like a video giving value, and then obviously doing like a story underneath it. And I put a poll up just saying how many would you guys like to see, and it was 1 to 2 or 3+, and there was only 2% that put 3+. So I was like, well, 2% put 3+, so I'll do 3+.
Yeah.
I'm helping that 2% out. I'm not looking for the biggest vote. I'm just looking to see what people are saying. And
that's it.
I'm helping someone. That's the main thing behind any content that you do.
Yeah, that's it. And it is just about, like anything, it's about showing up. 100%. Because if you're doing 3 a week for a month and then all of a sudden you stop, people are like, oh, like I was expecting to see this today, sort of thing. And that's how it works, isn't it? Really, I remember, like, because I just took like a weekend away from like the morning talk things, and like a few people just said, "Oh, did you not go for a walk?" I'm like, "Well, I did. I just didn't post it."
Oh yeah,
yeah. But that's it, because people get sucked into that routine. They probably wake up, lie in bed, watch something. Same thing. It's like when YouTubers put out videos, and you're like, "I know he's going to put out video every week at this time," so then you tune in ready to watch it.
Yeah,
that's it. I think a couple of guys do. I think Cam does it as well. He does a post at like 6 or 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I just know at 6 or 7 p.m. he's posted something.
Yeah. That's the trap I've got in now, because I've started YouTube as well, and I've put on my actual channel art on the banner video every Sunday. And it's like, I've got to do one every Sunday now. I've committed.
That's it though, because that's good, because that holds you accountable as well.
Yeah,
and I think that's the same with like people that have like made Instagram accounts for their fat loss journey, whatever it is. They're taking pictures of their meals. I'm like, that's brilliant. Like half the time I just get clients that be like, right, film it. You don't even need to send it to me. Just post it on Instagram, whatever. And just so I can see your form. Yeah. Things like that. But it holds them accountable to obviously not me, but maybe 100 other people.
That's it. And you don't realize how much support that person's actually getting from that as well. Because like you said, people are following. They might not be commenting, liking or whatever, but they're seeing it. They are following that journey. It's like Christian Guzman, do you know the YouTuber?
Yeah.
Because he's so busy with obviously Alphaland at the moment, I'm like, oh, where's his post? I want to see his next post. And now it's like once a month now, it's like, oh, I want to see more. And you do want to see more. You want to see more about the story and what's actually happening at the moment. So consistency is like a massive thing, definitely.
And it takes time like anything else. Like nothing's going to be, I think the thing is with the world we live in now, it's very much like boom, 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 get what you like. And like, yeah, it is. Like even if you want to be like, right, I want to get bigger butts, I want to get breast implants, you can do that. Pay the money, you can get that done in the next 48 hours, whatever it is, like super quick. If you want a date, go on Tinder. If you want food, go on Deliveroo. But the only thing that's not like that is you.
Yeah.
So I think that's why people, especially the industry now, it gets very mixed up. Like, well, how do they get results so quickly? I'm like, well, they don't. Like, the reason a bodybuilder looks like that is he's done that for 20 years.
Yeah.
And they're like, will I get that big? I'm like, no. Like, not a chance. Like, if you're Jess and you're working out 3 times a week and you're worried you're going to get bulky, not a chance, my love. Like, it takes years.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing people get frustrated at now, because they look at a scale. Like, I've had it just the last check-ins, probably the same as you. Bit disheartened that the scales haven't dropped. And we know this whole bullshit about scales. And yes, they're good measurement to track, but they're not everything.
Yeah.
But then they're like, in the same paragraph, they say like, oh, I'm down a dress size and my bra fits better. I'm like,
progress.
You just give me 2 like pros and 1 shitty negative that I really don't care about, really.
Yeah. That's it.
And it is just that, it's especially when you're in your body the whole time. Like, I've noticed it now. Like, I'll probably this weekend, I'll do an image from when I started like cutting to now. And this is all just being at home in lockdown. Yeah. I'm 10 kilos down. Do you know what I mean? And it's happened over a period of time. Yeah, that's why like images are nice, that accountability, getting the habits, checking in every Sunday or Monday, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And
that's it. Yeah, I was speaking to a client last night, actually. She was like, oh, do you know when my belly fat will start to go? I went, it's going. It's going every week. Like, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. You're looking at yourself every day. I'm looking at you once a week. So I'm seeing your good habits and your consistency over 7 days, and the result of 7 days, you're seeing the result of 1 day.
Yeah.
So as soon as she started to look at the photos from week to week, she was like, "Oh yeah, it's all in your head. It's all in your head."
Yeah, it is, and I think when it comes down to anything dieting, obviously, like, yeah, that's it. Like, I've got obviously 9 doing a photo shoot in September, I think, and it's like right now that I think they expect, even it's like we're still like 10 weeks out. Like, why am I not seeing changes? I'm like, if you saw changes now, I would probably shit myself. Like, right, we need to like start ramming you with food again, sort of thing. Like, slow, steady, enjoy the process. Anyone that's gone through a dieting phase to kind of like maybe that, like you probably discussed, like that photo shoot thing, probably the last 5 to 6 weeks is when you start thinking, ooh, this is weird stuff. Like, now abs are starting to pop out, veins are starting to come through, things like that. Even for me, the last 2 shows, I was like 3 weeks out, I'm like, I have no abs.
I was exactly the same for my shoot. I didn't even get the 2 to 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then everything just falls into place.
Yeah.
So it's just making sure anyone that goes like, if you are planning your process of dropping body fat, I'm like, actually understand that it's very important to understand that it's not as like linear maybe as you want to see it. It's not as like boom. Yeah. You do have to, and it all depends on people's starting points as well. It depends if people have those habits to start with. If you've got good habits, cool. We're kind of like bypassed almost, 8 weeks potentially.
Yeah.
So you're
days.
Yeah. So that's the thing. If you start building healthy routines and habits now, then as soon as gyms reopen or whatever it is, then you're into that routine. So no, probably the same for you, for your clients, for my clients. I'm like, this is super simple. Like, we have your training program. All we do is swap a band for a bar or a machine. That's it.
Yeah.
Like the routine, like, because we've built actually a solid foundation of training now. Like, we found movements that are good for you. We found like mechanically what works best for you. We're in healthy habits. We're in tune. You're working. All we do now is just make sure you have half an hour to get to the gym.
Yeah. That's it. And for the people that have said to me that they've not really been training and then they're looking to get back on it when the gyms are open, I've said to them, I'm like, well, only go once or twice a week, because if you go straight into nothing to 5 times a week, you're going to absolutely ruin yourself and you're going to be in a worse position than what you were before. So you've really got to take your time and gradually come into it if you've not really utilised this lockdown period. But your guys have been trained anyway, and like you've just said, it's just a small little adjustment.
Yeah, and I think, do you know what, I would be like, I don't want to be a dick, but this is where, like, who am I to say how you use your time? That's not my position to say that. You can do whatever you want with your time, but I just don't get why 3 months, like, is that a third of the year?
Yeah.
Like, what, like,
quarter of the year, yeah.
Like, why have you put this on hold? Like, why have you put your life on hold for a potential, like, we don't even know in 4 weeks if gyms are going to open. Like, Melbourne's just shut back down again. Do you know what I mean? And I just think, like, there is no perfect time to do anything. It's like a breakup. There's no perfect time to get broken up or get dumped or dump someone. There's no perfect time to financially invest into someone. There's, like, whatever it is, there's no perfect time for anything. If you wait for that, you will get to the end of your life and have a lot of regret.
Yeah.
And I think the quicker you can just be like, right, boom, go.
Yeah.
So as scary as petrifying it is, it will, like, as soon as you've made the leap, you're like, oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's just that step forward. And actually, it's like, if I was like, right, can you coach me? And like, cool, boom, 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 set up. You're like, oh, well, that's it. It's just that making that, it's just going over that line. That's the scary part.
Action. I mean, one of my guys lost 40 pounds so far in lockdown.
It's nuts.
It started with me when we locked down.
Yeah.
He ain't even been to the gym yet.
Yeah. That's it. Like, and all you've done is built habits and routines with this guy, because the only thing we're missing is the gym. That's literally it. So, but everything else we can control: nutrition, intensity, training frequency, sleeping, eating, like everything we can control. Because everyone's like, oh, the nutrition's 80% and like gym's 20%. I'm like, well, there you go then. You've just defined you can get 80% better results. Yeah. Personally, I'm like, it's 100%, 100%. But I'm like, if you believe in 80-20, I'm like, well, why don't you get those 80% results?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, your training session is only 10% of the calories that you burn anyway on a daily basis. So that is just one small part of the whole process, isn't it? So if you're bypassing the whole 100% of the journey just because you can't train in a gym, there's loads of different ways that you can train and add resistance. You've got to get creative. I mean, I've seen people putting filled water bottles in a rucksack squatting. It's creative. It's good. Like, using your initiative and actually just getting it done and going around that barrier. So like stuff like that, I love seeing it. Absolutely love seeing it.
And I think the nice thing about actually lockdown is that it has more people in general. I believe people have got healthier. I don't care what your goal is. You might be doing more yoga, you might be doing more running and things like that, purely because your head, to keep your head in the right place. And I think generally the population has got healthier, which is great. But then what I don't want to happen is, as soon as everything goes back to normal, everyone's like, that's it, sort of thing. And that's it. Even for, probably same for you, for my guys and girls or whatever it is, it's just like, the nice thing about it, most of them are still like using lockdown to tidy up, diet, whatever it is. But I'm like, you do understand when we go back into the gym, you're going to be able to eat more. Because as soon as we get resistance under your belt, like, your food's going to go back up because you're going to be walking more, you're going to be more active, you're going to be doing things. So actually, like, if we can like get things perfect now and utilize food, everything like that, and you're like losing weight on 1,500 calories, like, we're going to just push them back up like 300 straight away. And you're going to probably get leaner from that.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun. It's exciting.
Yeah, that's it. So you can almost use this time with those routines and habits to almost just prime yourself to come out the best possible.
100%. How many weeks are you out now?
Like 10, I think. Like, loads of time.
You're coming in pretty quick though.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's quite chilled. And like, when I can get on like a Stairmaster or something like that, and for weight, probably not the problem. Like, my training intensity is probably not the problem, so that's fine. It would be nice to isolate muscles a bit more, because I don't really like, I'm not gonna say I don't like barbell or dumbbell work, but I just prefer more machine work, purely because I just don't want to get hurt, and it just feels nicer a lot of the time. But yeah, that's it, loads of time. That's it, and it's the same. Like, my food's like, it's not low, but it's like low for what I've been on. And I know, like, my coach already said it. He's like, cool, food's going to go back up, boom, 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 when the training intensity kicks in, things like that. So it's all good. I don't really have a set deadline. I'm kind of using my client's shoot as like a deadline for me. So they're kind of keeping me accountable.
See, I'm tempted as well to do the same thing. So my guy who's doing a shoot, because I don't really take people to shoots unless they want to. It's not my type of clients that I attract. But yeah, I've got a guy who's doing a shoot, and I'm tempted to do it with him. Yeah,
man, do it.
It's about 16 weeks away, and I'm like, that's loads of time.
That's loads of time, man. That's it. Because realistically, most of us, if you give us 12 weeks, we'll be okay. Yeah. Because you know how to just flip the switch. That's all it is. Like, even for my lot, I was like, for the first 2 weeks, nothing's going to change. Like, it's just, I just want that start date, and you just kind of go tunnel vision, just to get your head there for the first 2 weeks. Just make sure all these variables are hit, and then we can start playing with things. And then realistically right now, like, you know what it's like. There's only 2 things to change. I'm like, well, we either eat a little bit more, and then, or eat a little bit less rather, or we do a little bit more.
Yeah. That's
literally it. Or 1 week we might just combine them both. That's it. Real simple. And then as soon as we can expend more energy, I'm like, cool, cardio sessions here and there, and that's it.
That's it. Simple changes.
Yeah.
That time went fast.
Boom. Really by. How long was it?
When I talk to you, Brandon. Always quick when I talk to you.
How long was it? Does it tell you how long it was?
Half an hour.
Was it? Fucking hell, fair play.
But yeah, I appreciate you jumping on today. And if you guys want to check Brandon's progression out, check his stories out, like we talked about today, he's obviously prepping for that photo shoot whenever that is, around that 10-week mark. I'll put his Instagram details below. But yeah, I'll try and get Brandon on here again at some point when he's a little less busy, probably after you move.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, anytime, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for your time.